Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Father of bus driver killed by cops in Spanish Town acquitted of wounding charge. The father of a bus driver who was shot and killed by the police in Spanish Town, St. Catherine in 2020 has been acquitted of wounding a cop during the same incident. Mr. Nemard was cleared of all charges in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Tuesday. It is a happy moment and it is a sad moment. I am free of the charge, but I have lost one of my greatest part of me. He was a brilliant youth, the 50-year-old Neymar said, who is also a bus driver. He is the father of Alex Lexinadam, who was killed on Wednesday, July 1, 2020. Of the incident, the police reported that about 6:15 p.m., the elderly Neymar used a machete to chop a policeman on his right hand, then fled the scene. However, Neymar categorically denied the version of events and feels vindicated by his acquittal. The police claim my son attacked them, but it was the one police who attacked my son. He was trying to defend himself, and the policeman shot him and killed him. I just tried to slit the policeman's wrist with his handgun with a machete after he tried to shoot my son another time in the head. The police fired 3 shots, 2 shots after in my son's belly, he cited. Avoid them both, and then the police turned to his chest and shot him right in his chest. Kill him on the spot, Nemard said, allegedly, labeling the incident traumatic. The policeman told a lot of lies, but the video evidence is there for the world to see, he stated. Vlogger Andre Stevens loses defamation suit, will have to pay damages to banker Ryan Stratton. Controversial vlogger Andre Stevens has lost a deferred judgment in a defamation suit in the Supreme Court to investment banker Ryan Stratton. Stevens, known for his often loud style and antics, did not bother to formally acknowledge the lawsuit that was brought against him. He had in March publicly stated that he was in receipt of a demand letter and that his lawyers would deal with it. But by not formally acknowledging the lawsuit, it is now up to the court to go ahead and assess the level of damage, as well as the costs and interest that Stevens will have to pay Stratton. Stratton is currently the Vice President of Investor Relations at GK Capital, the investment and advisory subsidiary of food and financial services company Grace Kennedy Limited. He had argued that Stevens made grievous defamatory videos and images that were published through his social media account on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Attorney Trevor Cuff of the firm Cuff & Shaw said Stevens maliciously besmirched the reputation of his client, who is an eminent and highly respected senior member of his profession, with several posting on February 5, 7, and 18. The letter alleged that on February 7, 2003, Stevens operating under the username @Andre_Stevens876 published a video on the social media platform TikTok containing a number of malicious and disparaging statements that were demeaning. The letter demanded that Stevens cease and desist from uttering any further false malicious statement against Stratton. The letter demanded an unqualified apology in terms of to be dictated by the law firm and to be disseminated by way of YouTube handle, TikTok, and Instagram. The letter further demanded that within 3 days of the date of the letter, Stevens should remove the above-mentioned videos and posts from the YouTube handle, TikTok, and Instagram. The letter also demanded a reimbursement to our client in full for his legal costs. Should these demands not be met, we have strict instructions to file legal proceeding against you for which to recover damages as well as aggravated damages therein. Cuff wrote, as a result of these grievously defamatory videos and images involving our client, who is an eminent and highly respected senior member of his profession, you have intentionally and maliciously belittled my character's reputation. In January, Stratton confirmed that he joined SSL as a wealth advisor in September 2011 and later supervised Gene Panton, the former wealth advisor accused in the SSL fraud. For 1 year, he left in August 2015. Local government minister defends ODPMs response to earthquake. Local government minister Desmond McKenzie defended the response of the Office of the Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management (ODPEM) in response to the earthquake on Monday. This in the wake of criticism from the opposition about several issues, including the lack of information to the public during and after the event, and the political directorate taking the lead instead of the technical personnel. There were tense moments during the sitting of the lower house as the opposition raised questions and reacted to a statement by Mr. McKenzie. While posing questions, opposition spokesperson Natalie Nita Garvey said based on what happened, Jamaica was not properly prepared. In response, Mr. Mackenzie was adamant that ODPM, as well as other entities involved in the disaster response mechanism, reacted within good time. He said, contrary to what was claimed, ODPEM has been keeping the country informed.
I'm a little confused because I'm coming from a day and a time in this same house where we had persons like Dr. Barbara Carby and Mr. Ronald Jackson, who we saw as the faces of the technical team of expertise that gave guidance to the country, that gave us regular updates at regular intervals. So you did not just hear about what was happening before, but you heard what was happening during, and you heard what was to come. What about those who are to provide us with regular updates? Where is the update for our people so that we can be an informed population, ready and equipped to help ourselves and to help our families? Today we ask these questions because the ODPM seem now to be reduced to a political response and not a technical response from the team of persons who have been engaged to do so on behalf of the country. They must now be placed at the back seat to the public relations of the political directorate.
The rapid response mechanism developed for dealing with disaster were in operation within 30 minutes of the incident, Mr. Speaker. This rivaled the best international practice for immediate disaster assessment and emergency response. And I say this against the backdrop that this event has served as an important test of our response capabilities. And it was proven, Mr. Speaker, that the system worked and that the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management is on top of its game, despite what others would like the public to believe. The Office of Disaster Preparedness have been speaking to the country. They have been on TV and radio outlining what is taking place. I do not, Mr. Speaker, and I will say this without fear, is that this government, as the minister with responsibility, I have to be brief on a national event of this nature. It is the first in over 50 years the country has experienced any disaster of this nature. Are you saying that there should be no coordination in how information is relayed to the public? Are you questioning the chairman of the National Disaster Council's responsibility to speak to the country on a major issue? The technocrats have been speaking, and the technocrats will continue to speak.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification